Hello students. Today we are going to learn two new conjunctions, umtsu and damit. Umtsu is similar like su plus infinitive, which we have learnt in the first chapter. Now let's see what are umtsu and damit conjunctions. Umtsu and damit are known as adverbial clauses which express an intention, a purpose or a goal. Subordinate clauses with damit and infinitive clauses with umtsu answer the following question: Wozu oder zu welchem Zweck? Wozu means why and zu welchem Zweck means for which purpose. So whatever answer we get from umtsu or damit is that for what, for which purpose this is done. Damit is used as a subordinate clause, whereas umtsu is known as infinitive clause. So now let's move ahead and see few examples of damit and umtsu. Nebensätze mit damit. As I already told you, damit is known as subordinate clause. That's why let's see first the Nebensätze mit damit. Damit means so that or in order to. Now let's see one example of damit. Here two sentences are given and these sentences are combined with the help of damit. Let's read the sentence first. Spricht Englisch, die Touristen verstehen ihn. He speaks English so that the tourists understand him. So here we are going to combine the sentence with damit. So the sentence will be spricht Englisch, damit die Touristen ihn verstehen. Is it clear? When you combine these two sentences with damit, the sentence will be like this: he speaks English so that the tourist understands him better. So ultimately this reflects the question wozu. This reflects the purpose why he is speaking English. Wozu spricht English? So whenever there is some purpose, intention needs to be expressed, at that time we can use damit. I hope the meaning of damit is clear here with this example. Now let's move ahead. Wie macht man den Satz mit damit? Es ist sehr wichtig zu verstehen, wie man den Satz mit damit macht. The same sentence I have considered here. Ich benutze den gleichen Satz. Spricht Englisch, damit die Touristen ihn verstehen. Der erste Satz, spricht Englisch, ist ein Hauptsatz, ist ein Hauptsatz. Der erste Satz ist ein Hauptsatz. Hauptsatz bedeutet main clause. So there is no change in the main clause. And the second sentence is the subordinate clause. Der zweite Satz ist ein Nebensatz. So damit die Touristen ihn verstehen is a subordinate clause. So whatever change happens, it always happen in the subordinate clause. Main clause remains as it is. And always there should be comma. You can see here I have written comma. Comma must be placed swish between Hauptsatz und Nebensatz. Komma gibt es zwischen Hauptsatz und Nebensatz. Es ist obligatorisch. It is compulsory. Then after comma the conjunctions come damit. And damit is used similar like while. Because in damit the verb, second position verb, goes at the end of the sentence in the conjugated form. Don't change the verb pattern. Don't change the verb. The conjugated form only, you have to pick up the verb as it is, second position verb, and keep the verb am Ende. Deshalb verstehen ist am Ende. Verb am Ende. So whenever you combine the sentences with damit, you have to first use the main clause. Then in the subordinate clause after comma damit will come. Second position verb will go at the end of the sentence in the conjugated form. I hope this is clear. Okay, now let's move ahead. Now we are going to see example with umzu. Jetzt sehen wir den Infinitiv Satz mit umzu. Hier gibt es einen Satz. Ich lerne fleißig, ich bekomme gute Noten. I learn very hard, or I work very hard in order to get good marks. Umsu also means in order to, because it is also reflecting, it is also expressing the intention. So it means in order to. Ich lerne fleißig, gute Punkte zu bekommen. This is one. Here umzu is used to combine both the sentences. So the meaning of the same will be ich lerne fleißig, gute Punkte zu bekommen. Is this clear? Once again, it is reflecting the same question. Wozu lernst du fleißig? Why you are learning so hard? What is the intention? What is the purpose? So umzu and damit both express the intention or purpose of the activity. So I hope the sentence with umzu is clear. Now let's see how umzu sentence is formed. Ich stehe jeden Tag früh auf. Ich mache yoga. You can see here purposely I have highlighted ich with yellow color, because in this sentence, in this both the sentences, ich is the common subject. So while making sentence with umsu, this second sentence ish will be removed. In English also, if you try to translate the same sentence in English also you can see I wake up early every day in order to do yoga. So here we in order to do yoga is in this sentence ish is removed. Similarly here also we are supposed to remove ish of the subordinate clause. Now here ich stehe jeden Tag früh auf ist ein Hauptsatz. Klar? Und Yoga zu machen ist ein Nebensatz. So Hauptsatz, there is no change, as it is kept. Comma should come zwischen Hauptsatz und Nebensatz. Then after comma steht nach dem Komma. It is compulsory should come after comma. Whatever is the verb of second sentence, that is the marker here for example, that will come at the end of the sentence im infinitive. So machen will come because the verb should come at the end of the sentence in its infinitive form. So that's why machen is at the end. And zu kommt for them verb, and zu should come before the verb. Okay, is it clear? So that's why ich stehe jeden Tag früh auf is the first one, comma will come. After the whatever means after removing verb, whatever is remaining, now yoga is the remaining part here, so yoga will come there. After yoga, if nothing is left, that verb will go at the end of the sentence in the infinitive form, and before that verb yoga means su should come. So I hope you have understood how to combine the sentence with umsu. Is this clear? By then trennbaren verben. You know already this rule, because in case of zu plus infinitive also we have seen this, that in case of trennbare verben, in case of separable verbs, zu comes between prefix and verb. The same one we will see now. For the same example ist, ich esse viel Obst und Gemüse. Ich möchte ein bisschen abnehmen. I eat lots of fruits and vegetables in order to reduce my weight little bit. Abnehmen is reduce. Now in this sentence we will remove ish as well as möchte. In English also you see I am not using would like to, in order to reduce little bit. reduce the weight little bit. So ish and möchte both should be removed. So the answer will be ich esse viel Obst und Gemüse, comma should be placed after Hauptsatz. Then ish is removed, möchte is removed, ein bisschen is the left, that will be put. Abnehmen is a separable verb that serves to compt between prefix and verb. That's why abzunehmen. Is this clear? And that should always be written as a one word. Abzunehmen should always be written as a one word. Now here in the first sentence we have used ein bisschen abzunehmen as a second part. But you can also start the sentence with ein bisschen abzunehmen. That is also possible. But whenever you start the sentence with subordinate clause, there is a small change in the Hauptsatz. In the Hauptsatz, verb will come after comma, then the subject and then the remaining part. So always remember, whenever you are putting the subordinate clause at the beginning, the verb should come after comma. Ish is there, then ish is the subject and the remaining part. So the sentence will be ein bisschen abzunehmen, esse ich viel Obst und Gemüse. Both the sentences are absolutely perfect. Either you use subordinate clause after comma or you use subordinate clause before comma. Both are absolutely fine. So always remember, bei den trennbaren Verben kommt zwischen Präfix und Verb. This is the am wichtigsten. And always try to write that word as the one word. Is this clear? Okay, let's move ahead. Damit oder umso. Now we have to understand when we will use damit and when we will use umso, because both have same meaning. Damit also means so that, and or in order to, and umso also means in order to. So let's understand when we use the damit and when we use umso. Now one example is given here. Ich lerne jeden Tag Deutsch. Ich spreche fließend Deutsch. I learn everyday German so that I can speak German fluently. Subject is gleich in beiden Sätzen. In these two sentences, subject is same, ich. Okay. Now, first part it has been shown combined with damit, and in the second part it has been shown combined with umso. So let's see. Ich lerne jeden Tag Deutsch, damit ich fließend Deutsch spreche. Ich lerne jeden Tag Deutsch, fließend Deutsch zu sprechen. Both the ways it is absolutely fine. Whenever subject is same in both the sentences, you can use either damit or umso. Both are absolutely fine. But now we need to understand what happens if subject is not the same. Let's see now. If the subject is not same in both the sentences. Ich arbeite fleißig, meine Hausaufgaben sind immer fertig. I work very hard so that my homework are always finished. I will finish it in time. Subject is nicht gleich in beiden Sätzen. Whenever subject is not same in both the sentences, then only the sentence with damit is possible. Ich arbeite fleißig, damit meine Hausaufgaben immer fertig sind. Satz mit umso ist nicht möglich, wenn Subjekt nicht gleich in beiden Sätzen ist. I repeat the sentence. Whenever the subject is not same in both the sentence, you can't form the sentence with umso. In order to form the sentence with umso, the subject should be same in both the sentence. But damit can be used for both the things. For subject is same or subject is not same. Is it clear? I hope you have understood how to use damit, how to use umso, and when to use damit and when to use umso. Okay, so after this we will write notes in the CW. Thank you.